This is Smithy.tv.
Totally ready. Oh, that's right. We have no intro, so it's just dry. Anyways, this is Meltdown, back with me and this idiot. How's everything going?
Great, lovely.
You want to talk about
How are you doing?
Your vacation in
No,
Panama?
let's talk about yesterday. No, let's get into the good shit.
Wait, you just came back from Panama?
Yeah, let's talk about yesterday. You thought you were going to date a girl, and then you claimed that you got cockblocked by her brother?
Yes. We can say names.
You were very
We
angry.
can say names? So, when was it? February 18th.
Okay.
Did a show.
You were very upset yesterday.
February 18th, did a shit show at where there was like no audience except one table of people. I go up, I do my thing, I kill, whatever. No, I did well.
Okay.
And the promoter's sister was in the audience.
Yeah.
She's a famous theater idiot, travels all over the world.
It's great that you call her a theater idiot, and then you're going to talk about how sad you are that she didn't go out with you.
Well, if she dated me, she wouldn't be an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
She traveled all over the world. And
Doing theater.
Doing theater.
Incredible.
Yeah, how do you make a living doing
How the
that?
fuck? There's no money in theater. I don't think that's even a thing.
Yeah, that's what she's just got back from Costa Rica. She was going to another third world island or something.
You got to get more details on what she's doing. I don't.
Anyways.
I don't see it. You're talking about if you said she was doing theater in London, England, New York, okay, there's money there. There's no money in Costa Rica theater.
She's tier 2. She's NBA D League of theater. Like there's the NBA and then there's D League where people are making money, but they're just like getting by.
But in Costa Rica, you said her parents.
Yeah, it's like CFL where she has an off-season job.
Wow. Okay. Cool.
You know, she's probably an escort or whatever. She was good enough looking to be a prostitute.
Don't do that. Yeah. Okay. But go on.
Okay, so I do the show, do very well.
Yeah.
So after the show, I said to Rory, I said, listen, go speak to your sister for me. Tell her I'm gonna, tell her we're gonna fuck. And he said no.
You said that to Rory?
Yeah.
You said
no.
tell her we're gonna fuck.
Yeah. I said
That's
to-
okay. Rule number 1: don't say to the bro, "I just want to." Don't go straight to tell your sister we're gonna fuck. Say, "I really like your sister. Can we go on a date?"
Yeah. So anyways,
I'll be classy about it.
He looks at me and says, "No way," and walks
Yes.
away.
Good. That's the right answer.
As he's walking away, doing whatever.
Yeah.
She comes up to Andy first. Another comedian says, "Oh, you were funny. Good show." And then she comes up to me. Andy looks at her and she goes, "Oh my God, you're so funny."
Wow.
That was hilarious.
It's so funny how you tell your stories and how other people are
So-
just like not how it happened.
And so she says that to me, and I said, "Oh, really? You're Rory's sister, correct?" And she's like, "Yeah." And she introduced herself. So we ended up talking for literally an hour and a half, talking about comedy, stand-up. She does theater and everything like that. And at this whole time, Andy, the comedian A, was so upset because he's like walking around, and as she gets a drink, he's like, "What's going on here?" I was like, "Shoe off." And then Rory and the owner of Mandy, they're
What do I know? What?
like Mandy's sitting there,
Yeah.
and they're watching this go on, and they're both like muttering at each other, and they're like, I can hear them. This is not happening. This is not happening.
You sound like a crazy
And-
conspiracy theorist.
And
Like, I don't think anyone cares that much.
Next time she goes get a drink, I go over whisper to Rory. I'm like, I'm gonna fucking come in her pussy, and
What do you expect him to do?
this is her brother.
Ryan, what would you do? At that point? At that point, you'd be like, no, then fuck you.
No, because I only said that because
If you're that honest about it, about coming up to me about my sisters, I'd probably have my foot in your balls by it. So
okay, but the fact that
You should be glad he didn't kick you in the nuts.
if he kicked me in the night, I would have dropped that little fucking sack of
No,
nothing.
you wouldn't have, because you're afraid to touch people. You would be like this. You'd be like,
so-
don't touch. That's
No,
what
no,
you
no,
do.
no. I didn't say anything like that. I'm just making this more
You're so
fun.
full of shit.
I did
Okay.
say something very close.
Yes, you did. So
I
fuck
don't
off.
remember.
You did say something
And
awful.
when I said that, his face went white as a ghost. So anyways, we keep on talking, and I tell her, I said, let's go out Friday night before a show. We'll go out for, she says she liked Japanese food. I said, there's a great Japanese food place by my place. We'll go there. I'll take you out. And she's like, I'm so excited. I can't wait. So
she said, I'm so excited. I can't wait.
And this is on Wednesday night. She says, message me on Facebook. And she was going to give me her number. I was like, let's just do it on Facebook because I don't want to go through It's just
Facebook is easier. Then you can see pictures of her. You can remind yourself
Exactly.
who was it.
Exactly.
Facebook, people think Facebook is lesser than a number, but really you're getting all kinds of more information.
It's so much easier.
So
much easier. And
I should have got. Oh, remember the girl from yesterday? She made out with me.
who, the big titty slut?
Yeah, after you left, she made out with me, and then I got her number. But she was. I think by the time I got her number, I think she got too drunk.
Yeah, you're gonna call her up and she's like, "Who is this?"
No, I think it's like a fake number, maybe.
Oh, really?
Not. I don't think she gave me a fake number on purpose. She was just like she. By the time I
she's
got the
too-
number, she was too like, yeah, no, call me. I want to hang out. Let's hang out. Like whatever. Yeah.
Who?
she was down.
Anyways, so I message this girl, and then I say to her, I say on Facebook, "Hey, let's we'll go. Looking forward to tomorrow. Looking forward to." I messaged her on Thursday. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. We'll figure out plans. And then I get a message coming back. What did it show Thursday night in Niagara Falls? I get a message, and it's from her. It says, "Hey, JJ, I just wanted to let you know you're really funny." That was the first line I could see on my phone. And right when I read that, I said, "This fucking..."
You know, when a girl says, "I just want to let you know something," yeah, you know she's canceling. She knows she's fucking up. Yeah.
And I knew because I knew there were all these little
That's it. She's
shills.
letting you down gently. That's what she did.
All these little shills like Andy, Mandy, and Rory, the brother, who are negative because when we walked away, she hugged me and kissed me on the cheek.
Yeah.
And Rory walked with her home.
Yeah. Okay. But what you call negative is not negative. See, here's the thing with JJ that everyone has to remember. JJ walks around saying, bitch this, cunt that, faggot, whatever, right? And then when someone says something back to you, you're like, oh, how could someone talk to me like this?
Yeah, but
How could someone talk to me? Like, you don't understand. You dish out all day, and the second someone throws a little back at you, you're just like, oh, I can't believe he could do this.
But
you actually call it being negative when someone throws a little bit of
no,
shade back at you.
I'm not cock blocking. He cock blocked.
Doesn't matter.
You know why?
You say,
you know why he
You say,
cock-blocked?
bitch, I'm gonna come in your sister. Someone's gonna
I
cock
didn't
block that.
say come in sister.
What'd you say though?
I
Honestly, what did you say?
Probably that. I said
You fucker. Of course he's not gonna let you. Dude, you know the fucking thing about you is that the one thing that could possibly make you famous is the same thing that's gonna keep you from. It's gonna close it's gonna burn every bridge.
It's the same thing.
It's the same fucking thing. Where it's like the thing that the girl liked about you is also the thing that she could have woken up the next day and been like, what am I thinking? I can't go out with him.
It's not just that.
It could be her too.
No,
I don't even think the sister and the brother need to get into it.
It's the thing that's my greatest strength is my greatest weakness.
Yeah.
My greatest strength is jerking off, but it's also my greatest weakness because if I get in a day where I have nothing to do, all of a sudden I'm 6 hours in.
Buddy, jerk day? I've had jerk days.
Yeah, of course.
You can just do that for 7-8 hours, yeah.
Every day. But here's what my theory is. So this guy Rory, they walk home. He's in love with his sister. His sister looks very similar to him. He's he has that pretty boy look. He's an incest person. Where
Shut the fuck up.
This
No,
is the
he's
reality.
not.
You're a fucking incest.
No,
You're upset.
no.
You never got to taste your sister's juices, and I was gonna taste them, and they were fucking delicious.
Here's the
you
worst
don't
part.
like that your
Here's
sister's
the
dating other guys. You incestuous piece of shit.
Cut.
You don't like
Cut.
it. No, dude,
Cut.
don't cut it.
No.
Don't cut it.
Stop
I'm
it.
gonna fuck her, and I'm gonna call her Rory, and I'm gonna call you on the phone, and that's what happened.
Here's what's really happening, okay? JJ is like kind of gay bi, and I think you just want to fuck Rory. Is that what's happening here? This is fucked up.
I said, the first thing I said, that's your sister? This is what I said, that's your sister? I'm like, she's like a more prettier you.
I hope so.
And
I hope someone's sister is
I
prettier
told
than
him last night. I saw him again when he apologized. He did apologize to me and invited me to do his show next month.
He apologized
Yeah,
to you?
he said, sorry, listen, I can't have you dating my sister. I can't know that.
Oh, that's an apology? Yeah, okay, yeah,
No,
I'd say the same thing. I'd
Well,
be like,
he
listen,
invited me-
listen, you psychopath, I can't do it, I'm sorry.
He invited me to
That's
do
what
the
he
show.
basically did. He called you crazy. He said, you're so crazy, I can't let you do it.
He invited me to do the show again next month. I said, listen, I'm not at it. I blocked him on Facebook.
Here's the worst thing.
I've never blocked anyone.
This whole thing you did, blocking him on Facebook,
Oh, I'm not timing this. Let me know when.
if you just chilled out, I feel like you could have gotten her back.
Well, you know what? Who's the loser in this situation? He is, because I'm gonna fuck his ass. I'm gonna fuck his ass. I'm gonna fill his ass.
Well, that's what you wanted to do from the start.
No. Anyways,
That's what you wanted to do from the start. Why don't you just come out of the closet, say, listen, this is what I'm
I
into.
can't. Sorry, I had to throw that. I can't look at someone's acting resume who's gotten on 8. That's what they left here for me
Yeah.
on purpose. The 8 TV shows in the last year.
Whoever was interviewing in here last is on 8 fucking TV shows.
me
That's how
just count it.
prestigious This is a very
I won't
prestigious
say the name.
podcast.
Can I say the shows though, or is that illegal?
No.
Okay, I'm just gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 shows in the last 2 years. 2 years. That's 3 or what?
3 years.
3 years. 10 shows in the. By the time
I
my
have, like,
career's
3.
over, that won't even be my IMDb page. That won't even be it. I'll have nothing.
Respect yourself. Come on. We're getting there. Don't worry about it. Listen, we're in the same podcast space.
Fuck. Anyways, everyone's doing great.
It's funny that you can be so, like, you can throw out that kind of hate, and then when a little bit of it comes back, you get so offended.
You know,
and you're genuinely offended. That's what's crazy about you. That really is what's crazy.
I'm listening to Tony Robbins, and I'm trying to be so grateful. He's like, it's so.
He's the best, eh? When you listen to that grateful shit, it changes your life.
But how? Of course, he's grateful.
Yeah, but he didn't start off like that. I'm telling you, that works. If people are sad, you're just thinking about sad shit.
I'm not upset.
Just think
Ever
about something better.
Until generally I'm in great space. It's, you know what it is? It's because I'm hungry. That's where if I just eaten a big meal before I did this show.
Yeah, that's why if you listen to too much Buddhist shit. Oh, I think you meant hungry in life.
No,
Like you're aggressive. You're like you want shit, so you're unhappy until you get
No,
there.
I'm hungry like I need a
Like you want to be on those
cheeseburger.
TV shows. So until you're hungry to get on TV shows.
No, you
so
know,
until you
it's
get
not
on.
even I'm hungry. I ate at 11. It's that I came in here and there's no fucking water.
You mean literally you're cranky because you have low blood sugar.
And the other successful shows that have a following that do it full time, they drink all the water. That's what it is.
Ryan offered to get us a case of water, by the way. Anyone who's
Yeah,
listening.
but you know what?
And JJ said, no, don't worry about it.
I
I don't.
This is the trick. He offered to get a case of water, but I'm saving all his favors where they all amount. And he's like, oh, he didn't ask for that case of water. Oh, he didn't ask for that Red Bull. Oh, I might as well just sign him.
Okay, if I was writing a character, like you told me once what a Yenta was? Like, right? Like, Ryan, a Yenta?
I don't know what a Yenta is. Someone else.
You told me what a Yenta is. Yeah.
I know what is that? Where you're, not a Yenta, where one time some old Jew woman said to me, she looked at me and my mother.
Jew woman.
What do I call her?
Jewess? I don't know. Jewish.
Yeah, what's the word?
You just said it hatefully. I don't like it.
I'm Jewish.
But
See,
see, it was a word in the 50s.
Yeah.
Or
A Jew woman.
earlier, and
It sounds like something a Hick would say.
people.
It sounds like something a Hick would say to describe. It's one of these Jew women.
Do
Like,
you
it
get
sounds
offended
bad.
when you hear the word kike? Like, does that offend you?
No, but only it's like self-using, right?
Yeah, but that's what I mean. But why don't... See, this is why Jews aren't
Sorry,
cool.
Jew woman.
This is why Jews aren't cool and black people are cool. There's no cool Jews because black people drop like an N-bomb, like an exclusive word, and they're like, oh, but no Jew. Like, if I saw one of my buddies, I'm like, yo, what's up, my hook-nosed kike? And, that would be very cool.
Yeah.
That would, if we had that thing going on, like where I'm like at a comedy show
Yeah.
because it's filled with, but the problem
Honestly,
is...
saying the N-word looks like so much fun. Doesn't it?
It does!
Right? Like the
It
way they
does!
say it looks like a lot of fun.
Not fun for me saying it. Hold on. We
No,
got
I want to say it like positively. Like I want to say it like, shit, no. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to say it like that. You know what I
See,
mean?
you are funny. Don't you understand
What
that?
the fuck are you talking about?
Opposed to like because we talk about that.
Again, you can dish out criticism all day, but the second I say something about your material, this guy sent me a fucking essay, like some stalking ex-girlfriend. This guy sent me an essay 3 days after I said like something about, oh, you're talking about you're gay, how you're bisexual half the time, and then I was like, oh, Andy talked about that. You got so offended that someone else had your joke that you wrote me like an essay. I'm like, dude, you tell me that all the fucking time.
First of all, I don't think saying the N-word would be fun. I think being able to say the kike would be cool. Like if Jews can make that cool.
If you can make it cool, but what you're essentially
if
saying
you
is
guys-
that if you could make kike like the N-word.
Yeah!
Because saying the N-word sounds like a lot of fun.
But the reason you can't say kike like the N-word is because Jews are not cool. Like if you take...
They're sensitive. Well, there's
no cool Jew clothing lines. Like there's never been a FUBU for Jews.
What happened to Jews? Because
Like
Jews used to run...
like Donna Karen, New York. But that's not cool. That's like...
so apparently Jews used to run NBA. Like they used to be the top boxers and the top NBA players in America. What happened?
Yeah, because they got rid of slavery. That's what happened.
And I was listening to this
What
thing.
happened?
No, but I was listening to this thing. The old announcers, they would talk about like Jewish basketball players, right? The Jewish guys were top guys, right?
No,
and
they're
they would
not.
They back in the day, like in the 30s.
Of course, back up.
Back then.
Yeah.
So the
because
announcers.
everyone was racist.
So the announcers would talk about these Jewish basketball players, like, look at him, he's sneaky. He knows how to get around because he's like they say these are racist shit. Look at his sneaky moves. It's because of the Jew. He can get around quick and he can sneak and trick people. Like it's like stuff like they would say that in the basketball announcements.
What was the player the Leafs had on the defenseman that was Jewish years ago? And
David Green?
No, years ago. Matthew. Oh my God. Schneider.
The one from the Habs.
Schneider. He was Jewish, right?
What did he say? What did he say?
Yeah,
What-
someone once said. I was
He's
like,
sneaky.
No, he's like, and he's Jewish. Like,
Yeah.
But there are no good Jewish athletes.
No.
Green.
Sean Green, but he only had a few years. I bet
Kevin
he.
Youkilis.
Uke is a Jew. But that's what I'm
But
saying.
now, like a lot of Jews are just white.
What do you mean, just white?
Like they just happen to be Jewish, but they're pretty much white,
Yeah,
right? Like they just happen to be. You know what I mean?
I'm not practicing. I'm just born into.
No,
it.
but you're one of the most Jewish people I've ever met. You're a Yenta. You're like a male Yenta.
What does Yenta mean?
It's like the whiny Jewish mom. It's like a stereotype on TV, but you're just like that. But you talk about yourself like that. So the Jewish mom would be
Listen,
like, "How come no one wants to play with my boy? You don't want to be nice to my." But you do that with your career. You go around and you're like, "How come JJ's not in your TV show? How come JJ?"
My mother couldn't give a fuck about me.
So you just played your own Yenta.
No. I think she just. The only thing I got from my mother is how to be cunty in life. That's she. At 13 years old, she called me a cunt. She called on my life.
13 years
At
old?
13 years old, my mother's called me, look at me, and she's like, "You cunt, stop it."
Wow.
Yeah, and then I call her back on
Right
stage.
away?
No, on stage all the
Oh,
time.
now
when
you
she-
do.
When she's
Yeah,
not around.
yeah. My mom, when I was 13, I tried to get into acting, and I was fat. So my mom took me to this modeling and talent agency
In Brampton?
in Brampton. But it was a modeling and talent, right? And my mom's sitting there, and she knew they were going to charge us tons of money. So my mom's like, "You're too fat." She just like she talked me out of it. She's like, "You're too fat. No one's going to want to look at you." What do you do? And the truth is that if you're fat, you have a better chance, right? Ryan? Because then you look different.
Have you seen my TV and film career?
Okay. Touche.
Jewish and fat.
Case in point.
You know, everyone always told me that. Everyone always told me that when 2 years ago, I've only been doing this 2 years, and right when I got started, everyone's like, "Man, your look. I don't fucking look like shit.
You don't look like anything.
I don't look like nothing. You better be.
You don't even look Jewish, but you just act really Jewish.
No, I have a big Jew nose. And
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
My lips, my dick sucking lips.
Yeah.
My dad once said to me, he's like, "Oh, you got the Lieberman lips." I'm like, "What? You a faggot too?"
You said that to your dad? Come on!
You know what? You know what I realized? Me and my father were the closest we've ever been in life, and I love it. But our relationship's based off of gambling now. The only reason we're so close, because he was a big-time gambler, and now I've always been a big-time gambler.
Yeah.
But because we're in the same football pools. But here's the thing: we haven't talked since the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But come football in September again, we speak every week,
Best friends.
once a week.
Yeah.
We're best friends.
That's what happens to boys. When you're little, your dad doesn't give a shit about you because they're like, "This guy's fucking work, whatever." And then you grow up and you're like, "Oh, you like girls and sports and shit? Let's hang out," you know? And gambling,
Yeah.
it happens.
That's the only thing. But
Yeah.
now, hold on. Let me just.
Time to wrap up.
Hold on. Time to wrap up. I can't. Sometimes you just can't forget a premise. That's why this is so good to do this.
What are you doing? What are you?
Do you want to
Are
promote?
you writing down a premise? Right
Fuck
now?
yeah, dude.
What's the premise?
My jokes are more important than anything about Lieberman lips. I forget.
Oh.
I remember him and my brother. Lieberman. You have the Lieberman lip.
Is your brother nerdy? You have a brother?
Dude, I have 11 siblings.
That's right. And is your brother nerdy like that? Like, is he like an Andy?
No, my brother. This is a great story. My brother is used to be a big time drug guy, big time,
Wow.
and now he went from like really struggling in life to. We'll talk about this next time, but yeah,
Yeah.
great story. And
Next time on the podcast.
Next time on the podcast, how
The
my
Lieberman
family is
brothers.
extremely dysfunctional. Yeah, that's a good thing about having a lot of siblings, that I'm not
Stories.
the only fucked up one. Now, if it was just me and my sister, I'm like, fuck, I'm running a far second behind. Like, there's so much gap.
I do that with my family. I have extended family, and other people's kids are so fucked up that if I just bring them up, my parents appreciate it.
Yeah. You just throw them. You just throw them in the mix.
You just throw them in the mix. Because if my parents start talking about my cousin who's a doctor, they're sad. Like, they're visibly sad. But then I'll just bring up like, oh, what happened to this kid? Oh man, he was in jail, and someone had to get him out. And my parents are like, oh. Hey, do you want some money?
That's the last thing where like my mom's like screaming at me, your comedy career, da 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 da. And then I have a brother, a stepbrother who's really struggling that they don't even see. I'm like, oh my god, how's so and so do? I can't say the name because if
yeah. You throw it in the mix. You just throw
it in the mix.
You can't make it look like you're trying to diss them. You have to throw them in the mix.
Yeah.
How you can't?
And
like,
then
how
they
are
forget
doing?
about.
And then they forget all about you. And then
Like, anyways,
that's a good technique.
But you know the reality is, if parents weren't such fuck ups, I wouldn't be such a fuck. I'm like this because my mom's, as she once called me, a cunt. She is one too. Anyways,
I would have been well into an acting career if my mom had just let me join this agency when I was 13 years old.
I'd be well.
And now she's pissed off and it's like, look, all the famous people started when they're 12 years old, didn't they?
Okay, we'll end on this. I'll be well into acting career if certain agency signs me. I'd be well into an acting career. Anyway, hey, thanks for joining the Meltdown.
Hey.
Okay, we'll see. Anything to plug quickly?
No, show every Friday night. You have yours on Saturday?
Yeah, and bi-weekly at April 10th, Comedy Bar for the Dirty Show, and then last Saturday of the month, Vape on the Lake. This will be out by that last week.
Yeah.
Anyway, Vape on the Lake. You come smoke weed, get high. Yeah.
Oh, I want to do that. Can I do that?
Yeah, you can drop by this week.
At Fade to Brown. Oh, this week?
Yeah, no, 28th of March.
28th, I'm down.
March 28th, and then okay.
At Fade to Brown, I put all my stuff on.
Okay, hopefully cut that out.
Why would you do that?